Let's go.
Warrior, thief, conqueror, king, Conan.
Let us take the world by the throat and make it give us what we desire.
Conan the Barbarian. Rated R. Starts Friday at a theater near you.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
You will suffer an eternity for this.
Welcome back to 1982, everybody, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. We are going back in time, baby. We're doing swords and sandals time. And we got Conan the Barbarian to kick us off this month. Kevin, what is your first memory of this bad boy? And is this a good movie, or what do you think?
Oh, no, this is not a good movie, but we'll save that for the end.
What the?
Yeah. My first, I don't even know what my earliest recollection of this picture is. Like, this movie is kind of like Superman and Raiders of the Lost Ark and Swamp Thing, where it was just so intermixed into my early childhood that I don't remember the first time I saw it. Like, it was always on and around somewhere. It was a classic. If it was on, it was like, it was being watched from start to finish. From wherever you started, you were sitting and watching this movie.
Yeah, for me, I don't even remember the first time I saw this movie. Like, when you hear Conan the Barbarian, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen that on TV. I've seen it on VHS. I've seen it, yeah, analog, everybody. But I've also seen it. I own this on DVD. I got the collector's edition from years ago from Universal Studios. I also have like the fantastic 4K, which at some point during this review, I'll go grab that over here because that's what I watched last night and today. I also have the Australian edition where they fixed the audio on the international version. There's actually 3 cuts of this movie, everybody. So whether it's 2 hours, 2 hours, 10 minutes, 2 hours and 11 minutes, there's something for everybody out there. But my early memories are, I always enjoyed the hell out of this, but it's one of those movies I don't watch enough of to where whenever I do watch it, I'm like, oh, I don't remember this. I don't remember that. Okay, Thulsa Doom's turning into a snake. I remember that. Oh, wait, Arnold almost died? Shit.
Yeah, I most certainly don't remember this being 2 hours.
Yeah, like at all. Like TV versions would cut this down to like an hour and 30 minutes. So like a TV cut would be like, hey, this is pretty brisk. But you watch this on like any sort of like video format or even streaming on Amazon Prime or whatever you might be watching on, you're going to be like, whoa, this is a pretty long movie. To that point, I don't have a problem with the different cuts. I do prefer the international when the audio is correct. There are still issues here and there, but Arrow Video did put out a great 4K. I would highly recommend everybody go on Amazon and look for that. If you want a copy in your collection and you don't know about that, absolutely do it. We will put a link down in the description below. We do have Amazon affiliate links going on. Up, skip the lights on. And also, if you're new here, we got a little store that we just included in our description down below. Just some general shirts, stickers, anything. If you want to contribute, help us keep the lights on. That'd be awesome. We're not going to shill too much, so relax, everybody. Have a good time. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get going. Kevin, let's hit the good, the bad, and the judgment of Conan the Barbarian.
All right. We'll start with the
good.
Yeah, like I don't think anybody else could have pulled off Conan at the time. Like maybe Lou Ferrigno, because
dude, he was even more jacked than Arnold.
God. Yes, he was, and he's taller than Arnold too. But Arnold had something. And we're coming off of Hercules in Manhattan, where they had so little faith in Arnold and his acting ability and his accent that they had to dub over him. Like they only wanted his physique. This was where Arnold was like, no, I'm going to act. And this movie's going to make me show the world how fucking badass I am. And this picture is like pretty much kind of sums that up. Like he's just practicing with his sword, but you're just like, oh God, that is a terrifying man. Never fuck with that.
Dude, you see Arnold strolling up, it's like with a sword like that. Bye.
And he does still have this sword, of course. He broke a fucking table in the California government. Anyway, yeah, like he's very proficient with that killing machine. Cool.
And this is that set where they did Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer.
Wow.
This is that Arrow set. It's fantastic. Absolutely love this. It's got like the 3 different cuts on it. And I gotta admit, watching this the other night, this is pretty damn dope. Looks great in 4K.
You know, my wife doesn't really like the 4K upgrade, and I get that because like Blu-rays and DVDs are already expensive. And like I've already bought
the original Blu-ray from like say Madman Australia or even say like America with Universal, they're fine. But if you want Primo and you want to pay for it, you want your Arrow.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're fine. Otherwise, you could even watch your damn DVD from like years ago. It's fine. It's okay. The audio might just be a little off.
So, like, I love Mallrats, and I love that they did Mallrats.
I hate Mallrats.
Fuck off. But I don't need a 4K. 4K of Mallrats.
Movie's fine. I'm just teasing.
I know. I kind of need a 4K of this. Like, is this as smart as Mallrats? Depending upon who you ask. But
2 diametrically different movies here, brother.
This one's just more glorifying, I suppose. But anyway, like I just there are some movies I don't need to see in 4K. This is one of my favorite pictures growing up, and despite me being just like you, like this is not a movie where I sit and watch it enough. And I think that's kind of what keeps it in my favor so often is when it is on, it's been so long where I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm that little kid again. And I'm grabbing popcorn and sitting right in front of the TV on the floor or telling my kids to come sit and watch.
You know, that's a really good point. Like some movies you can rewatch to like hell and high water and they never get old. Some kind of do. This is one of those movies you watch every so often. And it's like a new experience every time. It feels like rewarding to a point. Like this is not one of those movies that I want to watch this like every 6 months and this movie's freaking awesome. It's one of those movies that I want to watch every once in a while and appreciate it for what it is and what it isn't at the same time. Because it's not like the books, like at all. And we'll get to that probably at some point in our review here. But there is a charm to this. And it's a John Milius production. It's exceedingly well shot. It's gorgeous. And when I'm watching it this time, when I think back, when's the last time I legitimately watched this movie from start to finish? I ain't gonna lie. I only opened this last week, this 4K that I've had for a while. I've had this for like 2 to 3 years. I only opened it in this last week. Before that, I think I watched the Blu-ray when it first came out. I haven't watched it since. So you're talking years in between rewatching. This is not one I would rewatch like every year. I think I would start to get annoyed by it and start poking holes through it. It's one of those, oh, that's on TV, or oh, hey, I'm feeling like watching Conan. That's going to be rad. Let's put it on. Let's go. Let's have a fun time. Dude, doing it that way, like every once in a while, that's the way to do Conan the Barbarian, in my opinion.
What really kind of perked me back into this was, I think, last fall, and I had to take my wife to the ER, and she was
Dude,
just
Kev the Barbarian.
right. I fucking told her anyway. I told her no. I said, "Get away from me, bitch."
I'll slay you. I'll let
No means no.
my souls get sucked by a succubus before I die.
Suck your butt.
You suck that butt.
Suck the butt. What was it? Oh, going to the hospital. Anyway, it was on the TV in the visiting, not the visiting room, the waiting room.
Oh, I remember this actually now.
And I was sitting there texting you like, dude, fucking Conan's on. Super excited.
You know, I think that's what put it in my mind. We should probably do Conan at some point in the future. And you were like, hell yeah, brother, let's go.
Yeah, and I was like all over it. Meanwhile, everyone's like coughing and vomiting and got blood spilling out, bones protruding and shit.
Hey, it's Conan the Barbarian and a hospital. It checks.
Right? And it was on the BBC of all things. And I was just like, fuck yeah. Like, I am so excited to be where I'm at right now.
Oh my God.
I'm a simple man. And the unfortunate part is my wife was like, it took us maybe half hour to get in, but like, so that was just enough time for me to like really be getting into the movie. So
yeah. Goddamn woman, can't you be sicker for like another hour and a half? Like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, like she was ready to go. I did not want us to, like, someone else can go, but I'm sure the triage thing, like someone else is sicker than her. She's not that fucking bad. She's faking it.
Yeah, come on, woman. Like, come on. You're here already. Like, let's go. You can be sicker than this.
I want to see the giant snake, which I did not get to
Tulsa
see.
Doom turn into a snake is what you want.
That's true. That freaked me out as a kid.
Always did me as a kid too. Hey,
Yeah.
this is from 1982, bro. Like, this is early 80s. And honestly, what they did with this movie, John Milius, and what overall, like, they did so much with so little in this freaking movie. It's crazy.
Who wrote this? What's that? The dialogue?
I was gonna say, like, if you want to count the dialogue of this movie, it's about like 25 minutes. The movie's 2 hours and 10 minutes long.
It's a lot of running, a lot of fighting, a lot of sneaking, climbing, lots of climbing and killing. Yeah. Riding, horse riding.
Bro, this movie at theaters in the day fucking killed it, bro.
I would have loved to have seen this on the big screen. I would have absolutely killed to have seen it on the big screen. I don't think I did, but that would have been rad.
Dude, in 2 years, it's going to be 45 years.
That's not
just saying, like, come on, Universal, lighten up the leash. Let people have their fill with some fun Conan anniversary stuff going on. Yo, we don't have to wait 2 more years. Fucking put it out fucking this year. Because back then, when this movie came out, this movie crushed it at the freaking box office. Like, I remember the stories. I've seen the documentaries. Like, this movie, like, fucking killed it. And they were not expecting it with a no-name Arnold Schwarzenegger at the time, who had just come off of, what was it?
Hercules.
Iron or whatever? Or Hercules in New York?
Yeah.
God.
Which was terrible. Absolutely terrible. My grandma let me watch it once. And she's like, I told you it's not that good.
This was Arnold's first big movie. And it's what they do in wrestling. You accentuate the strengths and you hide the weaknesses. They cut the dialogue out for a lot of his scenes. Well fucking worth it. Like, you see this picture here for the good. Like, literally, when he's not talking, he looks like a goddamn tank. The second he starts talking, not so much.
He's the Arnold we know and love now.
I say that lovingly. I do really like this movie, and I do really like Arnold in it. It's when we get to Destroyer and Red Sonja where it's like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, but I mean, this is just one of those flicks where it kind of grabbed me off guard when it came on. Like, I did not realize how happy this movie made me. I don't
It's
recall
very
being,
relaxing, dude. I watched this movie like fucking 4 times in like the last 3 days.
yeah, I don't recall having that huge nostalgia prick like I did, but it popped bad.
Mm-hmm. Especially Mako when he shows up as the wizard later on in the movie. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my god, bro! Like, this is freaking killer. Like, I love Subutai. I love the girlfriend. Like, there's not much about this movie I don't like. Are there things I kind of nitpick? Of course. Of course.
Sure.
We're all going to nitpick about some Conan movies. But as far as like Conan the Barbarian to Conan the Destroyer to Red Sonja, this thing is a goddamn masterpiece. Let's be real here.
Yeah, yeah. And we'll get into the score later on. It's a much
Oh,
better movie than what
dude.
it scored.
I need this fucking score like now.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
was dreaming
musical
about this
score?
shit last night. And I woke up and I'm like, oh, fuck, I need to go get this score now.
I really think that's one of the things that really sold this movie and made it as good as it was, is the score just makes this fucking movie. Like, it's a
Killer.
character unto itself. It really is. Like, every mood, there's a score, a perfect score, a perfect melody for every mood that you could emote. And Conan goes through almost all those emotions, the sadness, the excitement, the terror. He has a moment like that in almost every scene, and they map it perfectly with the score. And that score takes you emotionally on that ride with him. It gives you goosebumps.
Yeah, like it gets epic when it needs to be, and it gets melodramatic when it wants to. Like, it definitely pulls into the emotions and it really brings you in. And the lack of dialogue in this movie actually helps its narrative to a point where you're paying attention to the aesthetics, the world, the cinematography, and the audio. It's guiding you along like you're a spectator to this world of Samaria and Crom dealing with like the gods and the snakes and Thulsa Doom. Like, it focuses more on the visuals and the audio rather than trying to interject a whole lot of dialogue to make you, oh, hey, what's going on now? Okay, this is Call the Conqueror with Kevin Sorbo. Oh.
Well, I mean, reverse.
And I love Tia Carrera in that one, so don't get me wrong. That was supposed to be a Conan movie, and it ended up not happening. But like, just to pull it back to Conan, though, like the visuals and the score in this, like, this is what makes this movie like primo, in my opinion. That's
Yeah.
what really makes this movie goddamn work. You don't need Arnold laughing half the time, and it's like clearly overdubbed. That's something they could probably fix these days, but they choose not to. But like, literally, the visuals and the scoring, like, they make this movie fucking awesome. I ain't gonna lie about that.
No, yeah. It's very akin to the old adventure flicks, the older Swords and Sandals flicks, like
Oh yeah.
I'd say Sinbad and Jason and the Argonauts. Like, most certainly, like the scene in Jason and the Argonauts where oh God, is where they arrive on the other end of the world, and
Oh yeah.
they're invited to watch the dancing and stuff like that, which was kind of like bait for them.
Do I? I think I do.
I thought you did. But anyway, yeah,
We should do Ray Harryhausen month.
that would be fucking rad too. I've got all those sitting right here.
Mm.
Note to self.
Just saying.
Yeah. But anyway, this plays a perfect homage to those while being its own thing. Like this is a sword and sandal movie that goes into this new generation where violence is, you could show a little bit more now.
Just
And they
just
did. Yeah. Like this movie wasn't as violent as it was made out to be.
Although in the 80s, this was pretty fucking violent, to be honest.
I guess, yes. I mean, the ending. Yeah, I guess, yeah, the ending, because I was always remember like kind of like, ooh, that's his head. Like 3 or 4 years old, that's his head. Oh shit.
Not only his head, he tosses the body right off the frickin' balcony, chucks it down, then throws the head down afterwards, and it rolls on down halfway down the stairs. Everybody's like, oh shit.
And you can hear it.
Okay, I guess we're out of here now.
Yeah, and then they start putting their torches out. I guess I'll go home then. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
See, I think where you're missing some of the gore effects are like whenever there's a battle, there is blood, and they don't shy too much from it, especially when they start killing off the two brothers, especially towards the end of the movie and the ultimate climax where they're at the tomb and the daughter's been like chained up and they're trying to take on the onslaught of like 30-40 men. They take them all down. They take down the bad brothers. And then Thulsa Doom tries to shoot a snake arrow at his quote unquote daughter.
That was messed up.
That was fucked up. But it wasn't his real daughter, though. But
yeah, no. But those snakes messed me up as a kid, too. Like, because I don't like snakes at all.
Yeah.
This movie's probably why.
I would say that is between this and like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, bro, me and snakes do not get along.
No. And we live in like heavily snake populated areas, which is fucked up.
Yeah, we've come across a couple of rattlers in the last few days.
In your yard?
Not in our yard, but one around our area, and then one when we were hiking on Sunday up at White Tank. Yes, I'm in Arizona, everybody. So if you're curious about like where the fuck are you hiking to encounter rattlesnakes? White Tank, Phoenix. Look it up. It's a great hiking place, but they got rattlers up there.
I do not like rattlesnakes, and they're they blend in with the road. They blend in.
Oh, they let you fucking
everything.
Know if you're getting close, though.
Yes, and then I have a panic attack because like I lose muscle control. All my pores feel like they close into pins, and I start sweating uncontrollably. Like the last.
So it's like sex for you.
A little bit, just without the. No, I get it. Yeah, there's crying too. Yeah.
Your brother, I'm kidding.
There's a lot of shame and crying.
Once he said crying, I'm like, okay, I didn't mean to go that way with this.
The opportunity was there. Take it.
Well, this movie did take every opportunity it had, and it, on a $20 million budget, made approximately $79.1 million.
Wow, nice.
So it crushed it. This movie was a big hit back in 1982. Regardless of what people tell you, for inflation, that is fucking like, it would fucking annihilate Thunderbolts right now. Just saying.
Thunderbolts did okay. That's what Disney.
I'm not even knocking on Thunderbolts. I'm just saying for adjusting for inflation, if you put Conan the Barbarian, this movie up against Thunderbolts, bro, it's not even fucking close.
I know, but Disney's trying to make out all of their losses to be big wins this year, and they're really
trying to make out with Child Predators 2 and a Predator sequel. So,
yeah. God damn, that was funny. Like,
I know you saw that.
Who fucking thought that was gonna be like, let's get a child predator? That's a good idea.
And then that's actually a headline now on Facebook.
Yeah,
and everything.
Because that was their idea. That was literally their idea.
It's so bad, bro.
Fucking phrasing. Dumbasses.
It's
Now,
true though. It's true though.
the snakes, they, like we said, that was one of those things where I have to like just impose or impress how impressive they were then and now, because it still terrified me. The eyelid for the giant snake terrified me as a child. I had nightmares of it, and I was able to sleep this week, or last night, the night before, which is nice.
What?
But yeah, I
That's
was
not
able.
allowed, bro.
I know, but like, god damn, did that eye still creep me out? Like, it just, the way it slowly opens, it's like Ren and Stimpy almost.
Oh, when they were doing the initial robbery, sort of speak, and like Arnold is taking like the symbol from the wall, and it's like, oh, damn, they's fucking moving behind me.
Yeah, and it feels them. I'm sure, like, just on the ground, it could feel their heartbeats and stuff like that, even without them moving. But
you killed Thulsa Doom's baby, dude.
the baby, so gross. I raised it from it was so little.
It was raised from a baby. Get the baby in my belly.
Thulsa Doom was neat. He looked different in the comics, and I did not realize that. But again,
I got the book. I don't have the comics.
I've never read anything. This is my only exposure to Conan.
I got the Cimmerian Chronicles book. I haven't read it yet, though. I'm probably going to do that this summer.
Let me see if I can show you guys this. Share screen. There we go. This is what he looks like over here. Like, that's what he looked like in the comics.
Also Doom.
Yeah, like not the most impressive looking character there. So I can't say that's one of the more. Oh, hey, that's great. I can't say it was a downgrade. Like, I liked James Earl Jones being the snake instead of that skeleton guy there.
He was fucking great, honestly. James Earl Jones, you all think like, hey, Darth Vader is like doing a movie with a fantasy element. Yo, like, this is so far removed from Darth Vader. Like, James Earl Jones, like, he's got the eyes. He's got the presence.
Yeah.
He makes you want to fall into the cult, so to speak, of the snakes. And he just owns this role and is brilliant. Like, your hero is only as good as his villain. And this villain was fucking on point. Like, James Earl Jones as Thulsa Doom was fantastic as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. Yeah, he was scary as hell. I'd say he's every bit as scary as Darth Vader. It is happening.
He's a nasty fucker in this by comparison, I thought.
I'd say so. Like, Vader doesn't do things for the sole purpose of being cruel. Thulsa Doom does. Like, he'll stop to be cruel to something just for the sake of it pleasing him.
Oh, the riddle of steel, the riddle of flesh is even better.
Oh man, I didn't recall that so much. Like,
I forgot about that myself.
Steel isn't strong. I was like, ooh, that's deep. That's cool.
Oh, come here, child. Come here. Come to me. Oh, you did. Ah, that's the riddle of flesh.
Yeah, like that stuck with me as a kid. That part I remembered. Like, him going, come here, my child. Come to me. Come. Like, and this chick's like, all right, here come, daddy. Woo!
She did.
Yeah, she didn't think it all the way through. It didn't matter, I suppose.
Now, she wasn't working for Vince McMahon, or she'd have shit on her head and just fall through a false floor anyway.
False door.
False floor.
No.
Kevin's drinking pink fuck.
Pink fuck. Oh shit. Yeah, right. That's what I should have said I was drinking.
Just
not
saying.
Rainbow Sherbet Sunny D.
Stay tuned for Evil Dead Month, everybody. That's coming up too.
I should ask if I can get some ketamine. Anyway,
I should ask if I could actually drink for that one.
yay.
Maybe I will. And not tell the wife.
I can't. I promised I'd quit drinking. For me, like, I don't know. That's a whole other story for a whole other show.
It sure is, Kevin.
Shut up. It doesn't mix well with antidepressants. And I'm allergy to gluten, so I can't drink beer no more.
Pussy whipped sorry ass motherfucker.
No, just pussy.
Okay, last clip. No,
But anyway,
there's quite a bit of good about this movie. Like, it's a good story. It's a good base ground for launching. I'm sure John Milius wasn't thinking, hey, let's launch a franchise. I just want to do a passion project for something I've enjoyed for most of my life. Let's go. The direction is awesome. The cinematography is fantastic. I think it's like Duke. Forgive me for not getting it right. I think it's Callaghan. But the movie is beautiful looking. They got an epic scope. They build it from an initial narrative of, okay, this kid lost his dad and his mom and his entire lineage, basically, and he's got to carry through life. There's one thing I kind of forgot about with this movie, though, was when he was growing up, I thought he ended up killing the guy that he was being enslaved at the wheel for. And he never did.
yeah.
For some reason, I had that in my head, and I don't know where I got that from.
I don't know. Maybe that's Beastmaster?
Maybe. Because we're going to be doing that later this month, too. But,
I don't know.
it builds up. It starts amazing. It starts easy and simple, and it just keeps building up until you get to the final, like, basically 30 minutes of the movie where it's an all-out, like, assault, and then you got basically Arnold's character just slaughtering Snake Lord
Everything.
James Earl Jones, and it's like, it's so satisfying. Like, oh my god, like, from beginning to end, the story, the pictures, the visuals, the audio, it's awesome.
And I love the transformation. I'd never really quite caught that as a kid.
Oh, Thulsa Doom going into a snake?
No, Conan going from a barbarian and gladiator, already dangerous,
Yeah.
to the force of nature that he was walking in at that last third act.
Dude, he walked in like a goddamn boss is what he did. Like, I'm gonna fuck shit up.
He was dead inside. He had one thought on his mind, and that's what he was there to do. Like, the other people were there to do whatever they needed. He was there to kill Thulsa Doom.
Well, once Valeria was dead, he was like, all right, everybody dead.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about your plan. I don't give a shit about this. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna.
Oh,
go
you got
kill
a
that
plan
dude.
too, my friend? Yeah, it's out the fucking window.
Yeah.
How
How are we gonna get in?
Funny.
I'm gonna walk straight in there. I'm gonna fucking kill everything, and then I'm gonna walk right out.
And I'm gonna use Thulsa Doom's like kidnapped daughter to sneak my way in and take his head off. That was so fucking funny, dude. Like, I completely forgot about that subplot where Thulsa Doom's kidnapped daughter, so to speak, and they rescue her, then they pin her up, capture her, and then use her like freaking bait to bring in a battle. They defeat the battle. They defeat the two idiot twins underneath Thulsa Doom. And then they go to Thulsa Doom, and she's like totally, follow me. I got a snake around my wrists. I'll sneak you in, no problem. You can kill this fake daddy of mine.
Yeah, like her character twist was kind of satisfying. Like,
That was freaking rad. It's like the second he shot at her with a snake arrow, to be honest, the snake arrow is freaking rad too. That was see James Earl Jones like working with a snake, like, hey, little brother, we need to work you here. And then they clip to another scene, and then all of a sudden it's a straight arrow. But just seeing that, I was like, oh, he's gonna fucking kill her. Oh shit. He doesn't, and it comes back to bite him in the ass, so to speak.
Yeah, like, hell hath no fury. She took
And then
that
Conan took
personal.
her off to make her his bride later.
Yeah, like he was getting something out of that.
It was bros before hoes, dude.
Well, his hoe was gone.
Yeah, so he had another hoe to bang.
Well, he needed to bring her home anyway, so he'd get paid.
Get paid, get laid, and keep on getting made.
Yeah.
Now, you got anything else you like about this movie here, Kevin?
No, I don't think so. Like, it's just genuinely a phenomenal flick for me.
Is there anything you don't like about this movie? Dude, you're going to talk about the fucking witch. Dude, she was fucking hot.
She was hot. But she is a...
But she is a knot.
She's a nay.
We all like our crazy chicks, but sometimes it ain't worth it, dude.
She is a cautionary tale that the pussy ain't worth it. The price is too high.
The cautionary table.
Cautionary tale.
Let's get that trending, baby. Let's go.
Like, that was so weird. Like, should I be taking notes during this? This is a little distracting me.
I had a hard time taking notes to this movie to begin with.
No, I meant him. And like, she's giving him directions and what to do and where to go. And he's like, should I be taking notes during this? Like, it's kind of making me a little distracted here, lady. Making my penis soft.
I wrote down, she's one bad bitch, and it kind of works for me.
Yeah. No, she was definitely memorable. But no, there's really no bad to this movie. I don't think. Like, they didn't suffer from budget so much that it made it a bad flick. It's not like
they had a $20 million budget. Like, look like it.
Yeah, this isn't like watching Deathstalker. This isn't like watching.
You say Deathstalker? Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's contemporary.
Oh, shit, dude.
This isn't Wizards of the Lost Kingdom.
Oh God, you're killing me.
This is a little bit higher up on the pantheon of sword and sandals movies.
I would fucking say so. Shit.
Yeah. It's up there with some good old Hercules movies.
Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't say it.
I like Hercules Unchained. I don't give a fuck. It was on MST, but it's a good ass movie. I don't give a shit. I like Ulysses. I love movies like that. So I would say Conan is as classic to me as Ulysses is, as far as like your classic mythological action movies. That's a really old one. This is I don't want to say middle-aged one, but
we're all middle-aged on this panel.
Mm-hmm. But there's really nothing that disappoints in this picture. There's you're not left wanting anything other than a sequel, finding out more.
We still don't get that.
Yeah, no, not really. The sequels.
We'll do that next week, everybody. Just sit tight.
The quest for more money.
Oh God. Destroyer, dude. I love that movie, but there are problems with that fucking movie, like up the ass. But as far as this movie goes, anything that I didn't like, if this is beyond, this is even like nitpicky. This is like beyond nitpicky, in my opinion. Like, this movie didn't need to be 2 hours and 10 minutes long. And that's the international version. The movie in general is about 2 hours long. it doesn't need to be this long. But they like to rest on the laurels of the visuals and letting the movie actually tell the story without actually having like much dialogue. So at times it feels like it's slowing down a little, maybe too much. And so if you're a first time watching on Conan the Barbarian, it ain't gonna bother you. But if you've seen this for like the better part of like 20, 30 years, there might be parts where you kind of want to doze off a little bit and relax and be like, oh, I know how this movie's going. And this is a perfect kind of movie for shutting the brain off. It's not too complicated. It's not convoluted like at all. It's a
No.
very simple plot, very simple premise. And for what they do with the actors, it's pretty damn good. Am I gonna lie and say, hey, this is Arnold's best movie? Fuck no, this ain't his best goddamn movie. As a matter of fact, some of his acting in this movie is atrocious. His laughter at times is annoying as fuck. It doesn't fit, and you can easily tell, oh, they did this audio in post after the movie just to try and make things work a little bit better. That being said, Arnold did find in this movie, they did hide his weaknesses quite a bit until he became a better actor.
Yeah. Yeah. And he still had the enthusiasm for the character.
Yes.
You know, he
was very invested in trying to make this work. It's just when they gave him dialogue, it's like, maybe not have him talk too much.
Yeah. Be one of those silent men of action.
But when he was just straight up like slaughtering fools with a sword, dude, it fucking worked.
Yeah, like there was really like you weren't left wanting for anything for that either. Like,
dude, he knocked out a fucking camel with a punch. Like, dude, come on.
That scene pisses off so many people, and it's always made me laugh. Like he spit at him. Watch out, they spit.
No animals were harmed in the making of this movie. PETA, go fuck off.
Except for that one camel. Got its pride hurt. Motherfucker,
well,
punched me.
To Arnold's point, he probably thought it was a maid and it wasn't giving him another love child. So it was like, bitch, knocked out.
You leave Schnitzel alone.
Dude, I'm just teasing. But no, like, honestly, the only bad about this movie is it does feel a little bit long. However, don't watch this if you're remotely tired. Don't watch this if you're having some drinks or smoking some doobie. Watch this movie on its own, by itself. It's a really good movie. It's just a little long.
It is, well, I don't know.
I don't have a problem with the length. I want to warn people, like, you might feel it at 2 hours plus. It might be a little long for some people who don't really have the patience for a movie like this.
Yeah, like how many times is he going to get his ass kicked by the bad guy before we fucking finish this? All right, come on now.
And then he ends up whooping everybody's fucking ass. So everything at least has a payoff.
Yeah. Although there was no fight scene between Conan and Thulsa Doom.
Like, that was my big no with this movie. Like, they set it up like they were gonna fucking fight like the Night King and fucking Jon Snow in the Game of Thrones TV show. I know you haven't seen that, but it's the same goddamn idea. Like, big bad, big good. Time for a fight. No, I'm just gonna cut your fucking head off.
Yeah, like there was a little bit of dialogue, some, usual bad guy banter, and then fucking he turns around, Arnold hacks him in the fucking head, then hacks the other side to get that side loose, and then lops the whole thing off. And you're like, all right, then, bug it. No need to fight. We'll just do this now. Quick and clean-ish. Clean-ish.
Pretty much.
Not remotely clean.
I will say also the special effects in this movie, when they do include them, are actually really good. Like when Conan's dead and they're trying to resurrect him.
Yeah.
Like the wisps of the ghosts and everything, trying to keep him from going to the other realm of death. Like that was actually pretty dope.
I'm guessing they animated them over the film rather than putting pre-animated things on the film, because like
I think so.
they reacted to the actors very, very well rather than
Like,
the actors finding a mark.
I was like, man, did Ghostbusters get some ideas from this movie a little bit because of the ghosts and the wisps and everything that were going on?
Yeah, those were always really neat. They didn't scare me as a kid, most certainly not like some of the other shit in this movie,
No, it
but
wasn't totally scary, but it was kind of like,
neat.
ooh, this is really cool.
Yeah, and then the writing on his face, not understanding that as a kid, and then
The
getting it,
glyphs, yep.
yeah, getting as an adult, it's like, oh shit, resurrection passages, cool.
I mean, we had a great cast. I mean, going from Arnold and James Earl Jones to like Ben Davidson, Sandal Bergman to Max von Sydow. So
Who
we
was
had a amazing cast in here too. So I wouldn't even say like we even had a bad cast. Like it's hard to find a flaw in this movie other than it might be a little long. And we didn't get an ultimate battle between Thulsa and Conan.
yeah. Otherwise, I love this picture.
Yeah, I'm a big fan on this. Kevin, should we get into final judgment time?
Well, let's see. Oh, that's right.
The fuck?
There was that one moment to talk about where she's making good on her promise that she loves him so much and is so loyal to him that she would come back and fight alongside him. She would come back from death and fight alongside him. I don't know what the fuck she was wearing, but she owned up on her promise and she made
It was
good.
very shiny.
Yep, very shiny. So, final judgment. If you have not seen Conan, don't waste your time with Jason Momoa's movie. I haven't seen it. I'm sure it is, but this is classic cinema. This was like very defining for the 80s. Conan was a very, very big part of the 80s culture. Like barbarians were still a thing in the 70s and 80s. Like it was part of that pulp magazine.
Yes.
It was very part, I don't want to say part of the culture, although we did have Captain Caveman in the 80s.
Yeah, and we also had like Deathstalker. We had like Beastmaster. There was other movies that this kicked off a resurgence of sword and sandal fantasy movies.
Yeah. And watching this as an adult does make me want to go back and read the source material. I do want to read more about this. I do want to go through, and we'll talk about it in a few weeks, but I want to read Gail's new Red Sonja book. I think that's going to be cool.
I found the DVD on our shelf back here. So, because everybody, Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, and Red Sonja are coming up next. So, Destroyer next week, everybody. Red Sonja after that, where they don't even name him as Conan in Red Sonja.
They couldn't, could they?
I don't think they could.
Yeah.
I will do my work. I will be a little more educated for Red Sonja. But we also have a new Red Sonja movie coming out soon. So,
yeah, I'm pretty pumped for that.
I was pumped for the one that they teased like fucking 5, 6, 7 years ago with oh god, what's her name? From Planet Terror, Robert Rodriguez. Shit. You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
Rose McGowan?
Yeah, Rose McGowan. Yep.
Yeah.
Because she was with Robert at the time, I believe. And they really wanted to do that. And I thought that would have worked very well.
I vaguely remember that now that you mention it. Yeah.
That never came to fruition, though, probably because he wanted a budget that nobody wanted to give him.
Sounds right for Robert.
So he made another probably like 3 or 4 Spy Kids movies to try and make it work, and it probably didn't work.
I love his movies, but goddamn, those Spy Kid flicks are Hirsch.
Dude, we almost got a Conan TV show a few years ago from Amazon Prime.
Well, we had a Conan 80s cartoon, didn't we? Or was that 70s?
Yes, Conan the Adventurer.
That's right.
But as far as like the movies goes, or TV shows, we almost got a Conan the Adventurer Conan the Barbarian TV show with the gentleman who created House of the Dragon TV show for HBO. I forgot what his name was though. But when they got canceled on Amazon, they went over into HBO and they're like, "Hey, you want to do House of the Dragon with us?" They're like, "Hell yeah!" So,
well, sure.
They found work right away. But we almost had a Conan TV show. That might have been pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. Our society with period pieces are, well, I don't know. Game of Thrones lasted pretty long.
Yeah. But if you want a period piece, Red Sonja is not the right one for you because she's bleeding all the time anyway.
Giggity.
Giggity. For me, final judgment on Conan the Barbarian. This is a fantastic movie. This is one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. I just don't watch it enough to be like, hey, this is my favorite movie of all time. But anytime I watch this, I'm like, this movie's fucking good. It's really good. When I get to Destroyer, I might have different opinion on that. But for me, I'd easily give this a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you give it, Kevin?
Golly.
And dude, you could be fair. Don't worry about me.
You know what? I'm gonna go 10. I think this is just one of those perfect pieces where this, like I said, this solidified a good part of the 80s. It made itself
ruled.
It cemented itself as part of being the 80s, part of being the culture. And it still is, I think, in a way. Like, they tried to reboot it. When they did reboot it, it was not well received. And I think that was in part not because it was Momoa, not because it's necessarily a poorly written film, but because Arnold just fucking broke that goddamn mold when he made this. He really did, I think. So, golly, this is one of those just perfect pictures where it can't be duplicated. It can't be replicated. It was perfect for its time, and it's forever cemented there.
Yep. And we're in a Bly 9.5 out of 10. Easy. Hey, whatever anybody I ever talked to about this movie is like, this is at least an 8.5 to a 10. I don't know anybody who doesn't like this movie. It's when you get to like Destroyer,
My wife
gets a little bit wild. And we're not talking about your wife, fuck her. But seriously, like, no, this is a good, fun, honest, good movie. Like, there is something to be said. Okay, so there's not a whole lot of dialogue through this 2-hour and 10-minute movie. There's maybe 30 minutes of dialogue at most. The movie speaks well on its own without that. It doesn't need it. It proves you don't need a dialogue-heavy movie to be a good movie.
Yeah, this movie never, ever fails to be entertaining. You are never bored in the 2 hours and 10 minutes of this picture.
Bingo.
You're not. The slowest moments that they have in these movies have boobs in them. So
there's plenty of boobs. There's plenty of blood too.
Yeah, you're not going to be disappointed with this picture. It's a fantastic time for a barbarian. Conan is a really complicated character, and I tried explaining that to my wife and kids, just like how fucking cool he is, and it's just kind of like lost on them. I'm like, oh my god, you guys, this is so.
You almost need to make them watch like fucking Kratos and God of War. Well, where do you think Kratos and God of War fucking came from? If there was no Conan and Robert Heinlein, like fucking shit, this never would have fucking happened. Lord of the Rings wouldn't have spawned Conan. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, not the cartoon. No,
I do like the cartoon, and the Momoa sequel I like, but it has problems in and of itself. Like, Momoa was fine, but the script was not great. The visuals were good, but the soundtrack was shit too. And it's like, you were like halfway there. You couldn't fucking like nudge it along to something better. But that's
This
the way
one-
it goes with Hollywood.
This one had whimsy.
Yeah. And at least in like Conan the Destroyer, I know it's going to be like a step down, but it still has elements that are worthy of Conan, and bloody and gore disgusting. Sure. We're going to get some of that too.
It's got Grace Jones with the foxtail.
Dude, Grace Jones could fuck anybody up.
Yes, she can. She's a terrifying woman.
Dude, straight off of like James Bond and then doing Conan the Destroyer, like who wanted to fuck with that woman? Like nobody.
She was one of my younger crushes. Like, I don't know why.
She was pretty damn dope.
Yeah, clearly I know why. She's just like a forceful sex symbol. I don't know. Maybe that's why I fucking like strong women.
Hey, well, you got to dip that wick into whatever you can. Kevin, got any final thoughts about Conan the Barbarian before we say goodnight to everybody?
Oh man, just what a time. What a time I had watching this. I was really happy. In the
This is
zone,
fucking
in the
rad.
place. Yeah. Was not a bad time. And I hope you guys have a good time watching it too.
Absolutely. Hope you had a good time watching the movie. Hope you have a good time checking out our review on it. We like to keep these to a little brisk time for review. Good, the bad, and we judge it. And this is a good goddamn movie, everybody. If you haven't seen Arnold Schwarzenegger and Conan the Barbarian, what are you waiting for? Get on out there. Go check it out. It is streaming on quite a few places. You do have to be subscribed to, like, say, Amazon Prime, pay for the rental, whatever. There is no free place for this movie other than you might want to go to Amazon.com. And this is not chilling for us. Go get the old Blu-rays, DVDs, or the Arrow 4K. All brilliant. I'd recommend the Arrow 4K. We'll have a link in the description below after the stream ends. Go head on out. Check it out. This is a great set to have. I know I showed this off earlier, but like this set is freaking killer from Arrow. And they have standard sets, so you don't have to pay like up the ass for this. I'll make sure we got a link for that down below. But absolutely, Conan the Barbarian belongs in your collection. Destroyer, we will talk about that next week. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe down below. Hit the bell notification so you can stay tuned to all of our video content. We got a bunch of fun things in store for the summer. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you next time. Say goodbye, Kevin.
Goodbye, Kevin.
Goodbye, Kevin.